Hello, Cornerstone. For today's inspirational vitamin, I will be reading Exodus 34, verses 1 through 7, and it reads, "The Lord said to Moses, 'Cut 2 stone tablets like the first ones, and I will write on them the words that were on the first tablets which you broke. Be prepared by morning. Come up Mount Sinai in the morning and stand before me on the mountaintop. No one may go up with you. In fact, no one should be seen anywhere on the mountain. Even the flocks and herds are not to graze in front of that mountain.' Moses cut 2 stone tablets like the first ones. He got up early in the morning, and taking the 2 stone tablets in his hand, he climbed Mount Sinai, just as the Lord had commanded him. The Lord came down in a cloud, stood with him there, and proclaimed his name, the Lord. The Lord passed in front of him and proclaimed, the Lord is a compassionate and gracious God, slow to anger, and abounding in faithful love and truth, maintaining faithful love to 1,000 generations, forgiving iniquity, rebellion, and sin. But he will not leave the guilty unpunished, bringing the father's iniquity on the children and grandchildren to the 3rd and 4th generation." So I'm going to focus specifically on verses 6 and 7, where God is describing who he is, or his character. And this is a scripture that I've been studying out personally over the past few days. For me, I can have an incorrect view of God based on various factors. And I can view him as like very angry and wrathful, and like I can tend to be very afraid of him and fear punishment. And fear is okay, like in the healthy way, like being in awe of him, but God doesn't want us to be afraid. So it's encouraging to see how God describes himself, and I often have to take my thoughts captive and compare them to, okay, what does God say? Well, God says that he's compassionate. He says that he's gracious, slow to anger, abounding in faithful love and truth. So yeah, and though he forgives iniquity, rebellion, and sin, he's also a God of justice. He won't leave the guilty unpunished, which is valid. Like, imagine the world if people who committed like crimes went unpunished. It would be even crazier. So that makes sense. But yeah, I just want to encourage you all to take time today to go through the characteristics of God and see or evaluate, does your view of God match up with who he says he is?